Hello ladies and gents. So there was a CinemaCon. We've heard a few bits and pieces that came out surrounding it. We had Ghostbusters Afterlife screened. The entire movie. First reactions and reviews came out around that. And then Warner Brothers showed off Matrix Resurrections. That's the official title. Matrix 4 is called Matrix Resurrections. Yes. But one of the other things that was revealed was kind of like a sizzle reel by Warner Brothers to do the Batman. Now, there's no specific quotes. Well, there are specific quotes, but there's no one specific quote. So, I've got the footage description here, and it's from quite a few varying places to build up a bigger picture. But some of it's really interesting. So there's nothing to actually show you on the screen. And why would I want to? Because Jasper's here. Jasper! Ignorant dog. Anyway, why would I want to cover him up? He looks so cute. So we're going to talk through... Give a thumbs up for Jasper. We're basically going to talk through the featurette and what was said, because some of it is actually interesting, right? So according to comicbook.com, in this sort of sizzle reel thing, there were shots of Bruce Wayne removing his cowl. So, you know, like I guess sort of individual shots. Take it off, put it on, take it off, you know, that sort of thing. And director Matt Reeves would then go on to explain that, hey, look, this Batman movie, The Batman, it's not going to be an origin story. That's what he says. But he does say it does take place during the early stages of his career. So, again, that's not a surprise. It's actually what we'd already known. But that does go on to explain some other bits and pieces, which I think you guys will find interesting. Un momento. So, from there, saying it does take place during the early stages of the career, Batman was also shown beating up some thugs. So I'm sure, actually, that's quite reminiscent to what we'd already seen in the trailer. In fact, I would bet money on it being basically the same thing that we'd already seen in the trailer. Because from there, and this is what most people have an issue with, the way that he's so brutal in the trailer, it just beats the living crap out of them. But wait, because I do quite like this explanation. So shown beating up the thugs, and Robert Pattinson comes on this sizzle reel and says that his version of the hero is and this is a direct quote, really working out his rage. Okay, and that in and unto itself, not a great quote, but followed up with this, all the fights seem very personal. Now I like that. And to me, what it speaks to me is anyway, is that yeah, we are dealing with this sort of early stage Batman, as Matt Reeves says, but it's not just that. You know, you've got a Batman in his infancy, but he's also a bit infantile in his approach to it, his approach to the vigilanteism. You know, he donned the cape and cowl because of obviously horrendous things which happened to his parents, hence why, you know, the Batman symbol, the bat symbol, whatever you want to call it, is made out of the gun, or so we're led to believe anyway, is made out of the gun. And the fact that he's saying, like, I'm really working out the rage, and all the fights seem very personal. I don't know. I think that's quite poetic almost. And it paints Batman as someone who is not perfect. And I think that's good. Because when you're dealing with some of the villains that he's inevitably going to be dealing with in this movie, him not being 100% good is a good thing. So I quite liked that. But then, Andy Serkis's Alfred Pennyworth was also revealed, but there's no description of his appearance. But I can't imagine he's going to look that different to what he already does. Because, I mean, he was shooting... He'd been shooting Venom, right? Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, and then also the Batman. You know, similar-ish times. So he's going to look pretty normal. Maybe with some like slicked side hair or something like that. I don't know. But he can't be looking that different. But then Alfred Pennyworth, you know, Andy Serkis coming on screen, was then followed up by the Batmobile racing into action with flames coming from its exhaust. Cool. Love it. I love the Batmobile. I think the Batmobile is so badass in this film. I've got so much, like, if you don't know, I really, really like my cars. In fact, I have a second YouTube channel where I rebuild cars. I love cars. It's a big passion of mine. I mean, there's a Datsun 510 over there in a display case along with some other Hot Wheels cars. Side note, if you want to check out the channel, it's in the description box. But I really liked the Batmobile when that was first shown. Like, I think it's a great design. I think they've outdone themselves. It's just comic booky enough. Whereas I think Christian Bale was too realistic. It's my sort of 2 cents anyway. Now, Screen Rant had their own sort of description of this, and they say that Pattinson stated that the film, and promised it, is going to be a radically different version of the hero from previous movies, while Matt Reeves then came on and said that fans should expect an emotional Batman movie. And again, it's that quote tied directly to the state of Robert Pattinson's Batman beating up thugs, working out his rage. It all seems very personal. It's emotional. That all goes together really, really well. It all goes together really well. Now, the Vigilante was also shown, and this I do find interesting. Batman was also shown fighting Catwoman. I like that. Are we going to have the sort of cat and mouse, excuse the pun, element of Batman and Catwoman? You know, where one is the equal, they sort of fight for a little bit, sexual tension, that sort of thing. Maybe. I think that's a good sign, personally. Now, Batman would then make use, in this fight, he'd make use of various weapons, and the clip ended with the filmmaker, so Matt Reeves, saying, "We can't wait for you to see the Batman in theatres next year." So there you go. And it is supposed to release March 4th, 2022. Let's hope they stick to that. In terms of whether this footage is going to wind up online, I doubt it, because they didn't reveal... I mean, they didn't show the last sizzle reel that was leaked. So I can't imagine they're going to release this either. It doesn't sound like they would. And in fairness, like, Warner Brothers don't tend to do that with the things that leaks under Warner Brothers. They're just like, yeah, no, we'll just keep it. Who cares? Which seems odd, but there's the description. I think this sounds great. I'm really, really looking forward to this film. I know people that have worked on it, hence why, like, I had sources when, so everyone was going, "Oh, the Batman's in trouble. It's gonna cancel production." I could debunk it because I knew that they were still filming. Such nonsense. But I'm really looking forward to this film. I think this is going to be a good film, personally. So let me know what you guys think, though, down below in the comment section. There's a lot of positive in this, very little negative, in fact. I don't think there is anything negative. I think even the explanation of him beating up the thugs sounds really positive in my eyes. So let me know what you guys think, though. Please do, down below in the comment section. If you're new here, please do hit subscribe, because you clearly enjoyed the video. You stayed to the very end. For returning subscribers and new alike, I do have a second channel. Check it out. It's in the description box, along with Patreon. If you want to help support the channel, become a patron or become a member for as little as 99p a month. It really does actually go a long way to helping out, and there are benefits. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care.